Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the air signs and their twin flame connection. Twins, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Twins, I hope that you're doing well. If you are here as a cross watcher, welcome. If you are here and you are unsure of what a twin flame connection is, I've included a link in the description box below to Gabi Kovalenko's full-length video on the twin flame journey, and she does such a thorough and beautiful job, and so much better than I could ever do, so I don't try to emulate it in any way, but just in a brief description, the twin flame journey involves two people who share the same energetic soul, the same energetic oversoul. So two independent people who share this unbreakable kind of cosmic bond. Not everyone has a twin, and not everyone is incarnated in the same lifetime as their twin. There are a lot of twins that were incarnated in this lifetime, because the twin flame journey is not just about two people who find each other or fall in love or become best friends or whatever it is. It's not just about the twins. It's about the mission of the twin flames, which is to have each twin discover their spiritual gifts, rise in ascension, raise the vibration of humanity, to help humanity by being their most authentic self. There's often a separation period where one of the twins is the runner, one of the twins is the chaser. And oftentimes those polarities can flip. So it's all about frequency, it's all about energy, and this understanding that we are our own sovereign beings, with or without our twin. It can be a very harrowing experience. I'm reading for twin flames in separation to help them navigate this journey. I'm a twin flame, and until very recently I was in separation, and I am no longer in separation after 5 very long years of no contact with my twin. We are reunited. So all I will say about that is that it's been the most wonderful experience I could have ever asked for, and everything that I've ever read or watched or seen about how the twin flame journey plays out actually played out in my life. And the most important thing that I've learned from it is that focusing on myself was always the key. It was always the key. That I honor my twin flame connection by honoring myself. And that's always going to be the advice that I give to all twins everywhere. So it can happen. There are times when you start to give up hope, or you just feel crazy for being on this journey, and you don't have to take it. You can say goodbye to your twin, and that's that, and you can be with the soulmate and just live the most beautiful and productive life. But if you decide to take the journey, it's difficult, but it's tremendously rewarding. I'm going to be using 3 decks for your reading today, air signs. The first one, where the overall energy will be from the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck. The base spread will be from the Citadel Fantasy Oracle, and your tarot reading will be from the Fountain Tarot. Fountain Tarot is an oldie but a goodie. Okay. So I have your card, but before I start that, I said an oldie but a goodie, and I referred to one of my pictures with my twin flame as an oldie but a goodie. So you may be looking at pictures of your twin at this time, or talking to them about it if you are still in communication, or just reminiscing. I asked for the overall energy for the air signs. You got number 1, Solus, the sun. Tremendous, beautiful. The number 5 is sticking out. Even though it's a 1, the number 5 is sticking out, the 5 fingers. I'm not a big fan of 5s, but in this juxtaposition with the sun energy, it feels very bold. It feels very in your face. The number 5 could be relevant to you. Maybe it's been 5 years, because Spirit just reminded me that my separation from my twin was 5 years. I don't know what it could be. Maybe you've known them for 5 years, you were with them for 5 years, something about 5s. But generally, or typically speaking, the sun card is abundance, illumination, clarity. You see here this kind of golden ball in the middle. I guess it's supposed to represent the sun, but to me it represents gold. So something of value right in the palm of your hands. Anytime I do this, I think of my hands specifically. I think of my Reiki practice, because I'm always kind of to energize my hands. I blow into my hands, I rub them together, I create the energy ball, and then I kind of fling it out to the person that I am giving Reiki to. So you could be a Reiki practitioner, you could be a masseuse, work with your hands in some way. Maybe you're an artist, maybe you're a metalsmith. You just work productively with your hands in some way. I also am drawn to this pyramid triangle shape here. There's this kind of frequency that is being directed in a certain upward motion. Feels very important. You could have an attachment to the pyramids. It doesn't have to be in Egypt. Pyramids are all over the world, which my twin and I were just talking about yesterday. We're talking about the ancient ruins of things, ancient societies that mirror one another all over the world, right? And how are they able to do that? What did civilization look like in those times, right? I'm seeing some tattoo energy. I have tattoos on both of my wrists, and so I see this here, and so maybe you have a lot of tattoos that have some kind of symbolic meaning. Ultimately, the sun is this brightness, it's this warmth, it's this feeling of being enveloped in this beautiful sustenance is the word Spirit just gave, this beautiful energy. Things maybe are feeling bright and warm, perhaps for the first time. And I don't know why it has to be the first time, but Spirit wanted me to say that. I'm going to get 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards for clarifier. The first 2 cards will be your energy. The second set will be your twins. The third set will be the connection. And the fourth set will be advice from Spirit. Angels, spirits, guides. Ooh, that one flipped across. Okay. I only take jumpers from the pack. I do not, which is something Baba Jolie, another tarot reader, the most amazing. There are just some amazing tarot readers out there, but Baba Jolie is like, I always take jumpers from the pack, and so I learned from her and so many others, so that's what I do. Okay, 4 cards for the base spread down. Now I'm taking from the tarot. Okay. One more. Thank you. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful because you're an air sign. And we'll get to that in a second. So for your sign twins, now also remember, if you are, if you feel that you identify more with the twins energy, then just take it as it resonates, because the twins often mirror one another. So we kind of flip back and forth between energies. So, but for all intents and purposes, for your energy, you got the warrior, perfectionism, and burnout. Ah, boy. I mean, I feel like this is a common air sign energy. I don't know why. I mean, my twin is an air sign. He's a Gemini. But like all the air signs I know are just really always trying to kind of up-level themselves, really burn the midnight oil, constantly challenging their minds, challenging themselves to, learn more, seek out new experiences, like delve deep. I mean, like I said, my twin and I were talking about like ancient societies and stuff. So it's just like this constant curiosity. But this card came out for the twin of, I think, the earth signs. Maybe it was the fire signs. Now I can't remember. But I'm seeing a similar energy as I did in that reading, which was, I see these, this axe and these swords and these quills and all, these arrows. But the predominant figure here is like the shield. It's almost like everything else recedes into the background for me when I look at it. So the shield suggests to me that there's a defensiveness, there's a protection element to you right now with your twin. Kind of like being on guard, right? Just like wanting to understand more. But there's this sense, and I can understand it. There's this sense where, if everything's coming at you at once, it can be like a barrage. And because I feel like this is barrage energy, all of these kind of lines, just like things coming at you, and just like feeling like, maybe you have to put your hand up and say stop, or it's too much, or like even in this energy, it's like the sun is so bright, I have to like put my hand up because it's so bright. I almost don't know how to handle it. Here we are with the Three of Wands to clarify that. Three of Wands is a fire sign energy, and it can talk about waiting for the right moment, waiting for the perfect opportunity, right? That's two kind of perfect cards with the word perfect in it for me. And there's some caution there. I feel like, you gotta be careful with something like perfectionism. It's not always great. Perfectionism can be tremendously unhealthy if we're not careful, because we would constantly be striving for something that we can never attain. So we can strive for perfect, but we can also say, you know what, at the end of the day, I did my level best. My level best was darn near perfect, and I'll take it and be satisfied, right? So the Three of Wands can therefore suggest that waiting for that perfect moment will actually provide a little bit of stagnancy, because you're just kind of looking for like the most opportune or ideal scenario, and sometimes it's not always ideal. There's still challenges that need to be dealt with, overcome, strategized, and it won't be perfect, but it can be beautiful. And so there's that sense in you that you're trying. It's like I see you like wanting to jump in, but I also see that waiting. Can I get a clarifier, please, for the Three of Wands? What are we waiting for? What are the air signs waiting for? Look at this. I mean, Gemini energy, number 6, the Lover's card. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, look at this. 2 different decks and very similar. I mean, it's almost like let down your guard. Let down your shield, air signs. Let down your shield. Allow this beautiful divine partnership, divine union to come in. This space of equals. Look at this. Look at this. Look. See this pyramidal structure? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I'm just trying to, it's interesting. Like this energy, this negative space here reminds me of this, right? So the Lover's card, it doesn't just have to talk about divine partnership and divine union, but often it does. It can also talk about this space where the heart chakra is completely open. We're vulnerable, and yet we want to be. We want to have that feeling of being enveloped by things and people and situations that we love. And there's this suggestion here, like the sun is like ever present to people, like their hands touching, like really kind of looking at each other clearly and for the first time. But this is the clarifier though, and I asked Spirit, what are you waiting for? Right? You're waiting for this perfect moment, but it's like, well, first of all, we have to let our guard down in order to see it. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that right there. It's beautiful. It's waiting for you just to let your guard down. Your twins energy, the aspirant, ambition, diligence, setbacks. The aspirant. Your twin got this card, you know, two hands open, palms open, kind of unfurled, just like waiting to receive. Waiting to receive. I also noticed the two skeleton keys here. Skeleton keys are very significant to me. My higher self, my higher self in a meditation gave me a skeleton key as a gift to represent the key that opens all doors. So anytime I see it in a reading, it just is like your twin is like unlocking a lot right now. You know, really open, receptive, in a surrender energy, right? Like understanding that there has to be vulnerability. I feel as though your twin is very comfortable with vulnerability. But there's a word here, right? Setbacks. So, you know, like I was saying earlier, there could be obstacles, and there always are. That's what, you know, the obstacles are our teachers. Like if everything was hunky-dory and super easy, we wouldn't learn any lessons. We wouldn't learn the meaning of adversity and, you know, kind of weathering the storms and being tenacious, right? So I feel as though your twin is, you know, might be a little frustrated. They're aiming for everything. They're aiming for the top in this twin flame journey, but there could be setbacks that could be frustrating them right now. And it's clarified by this Two of Swords in the reverse. Two of Swords talks about, you know, so in the upright, it talks about being blindfolded, not being able to see clearly, you know, kind of overwhelmed. Swords energy is your energy, air signs, like just really cerebral and very like maybe a little bit of overthinking, a little confusion. But in the reverse, it's kind of like the blindfold is coming off. We can see a little bit more clearly. We're a little bit more, we understand of all the things that are involved. We can be a little bit more discerning. So I think your twin is starting to see, like, maybe your twin is starting to strategize a little bit, not just about the connection itself, but just about their own lives, like understanding like where they might have lack mentality or lack of confidence, and then pushing past that. They're open though, really, really, really open. Can I get a clarifier, please, for their air signs twin? Thank you. Page of Swords, yeah. Curiosity. Page of Swords is a little bit of can be a little bit of like spying energy as well. That's the known as the little spy of the tarot. But I more see this to be about curiosity, like asking questions, digging deeper, looking further to try and understand the journey a little bit better, to, you know, but again, your twin has air sign energy, so, you know, it's almost like they're mirroring your approach. Like, okay, like, I know what I think and I know what I feel, but like, how would my twin approach this situation? How would they make, you know, good decisions based on the cerebral, based on evidence, based on strategy, based on facts? But it's youthful energy, or rather less mature. So there's this sense that we're still trying to figure it out. There's a youthful mindset, a beginner's mindset. In the connection, the walker, the unknown, a journey. The unknown, a journey. Not knowing, you know, where we're headed, but here again, echoing here with the sun card, there's this beautiful sun right on the horizon there. Like, you might not know where we're going, but we know that we're walking towards the essence, the idea, the concept, and the energy of abundance, of warmth, of invitation. You know, things are lush in this picture. Landscape, the birds, the leaves, the clouds, everything is so full and lush, and feels like, you know, it's like things are parting and we can see the path for the first time. And it is clarified by the Justice card. In this deck is number 8. Usually it's number 11. So 8 might be a significant number to you. This is Libra energy. Libra, you showed up in your own reading. Gemini, you showed up in your own reading. Here I want to me, like, the movement of this card mimics this movement, right? Kind of the perspective going to one single focal point, just like this one. So I wanted to point that out. This, I mean, here we are. Here we are. There's a focus now. I feel like you and your twin are coming into focus. Like, look at it. All this kind of upward or forward trajectory. There's something about pyramids. I mean, I know personally what the significance of the pyramids are to me, or that shape anyway. So it could be something, you know, sacred geometry. You could be looking into that, researching sacred geometry, frequency, cymatics, how frequency is visualized, right? When they put the frequency into water or into like a plane with sand on it, you start to see patterns in the frequency. It's fascinating stuff. But the Justice card talks about karmic balance, things coming into equilibrium. Can talk about contracts, court cases, things moving into your favor, wrongs being righted. And I see that for both of you here. It's like this, finally, this kind of understanding, I think, from both sides. I think understanding both sides. It feels very productive. It feels like the both of you are very productive at this time. Oh my gosh. This King of Swords is... every time I see this, you know, I'm not trying to make it about me, but Spirit gives me the Rolodex of my mind, right? What my life experience is, to be able to communicate this to you. The King of Swords is always and has always been representative of my twin. He's a Gemini, and I associate him with this card. That can also represent Aquarius, less Libra, but more Aquarius. But King of Swords, again, look at the triangle. It's like, look at it. I mean, it's undeniable. It's undeniable as far as I'm concerned. Three different decks. I mean, it's there's something to it, right? When Spirit starts showing you these kinds of synchronicities, we got to follow them. follow the trail that Spirit is leading on with these symbols. The King of Swords is an expert in their field, a very calculating and strategic and learned person, right? They stand fully in their power. This is describing your twin flame connection right now. Just this really, it's like a coming together into this focus, this beautiful focus. All of these experiences culminating now into two people who really just, they want to know more, perhaps about the connection, but just about life itself. The exploration, the journey of discovery is what the King of Swords is all about. You know, they're also very shrewd character, no nonsense, truthful, a good communicator. And Spirit's advice, I mean, this is so beautiful. The diviner, divine timing and evaluation. In Spirit's time, when the moment is right, the growth will appear. It's small but significant. We have to start somewhere, is what Spirit just said. So we have to start somewhere. Planting the seeds. Divine timing, evaluation. Looking at how it all coalesces. It's clarified so beautifully by the Ace of Swords. Truly an air sign energy. King of Swords, Ace of Swords. Aces bring new from Spirit. It's breakthrough energy. It's epiphany. It's like, you know, like the sword of Gryffindor, right? I mean, it doesn't just come with facts and information. It comes with courageousness. The courage to take up the mantle, the courage to learn the truth of something and just lean right into it. That's what this energy is all about. That's what Spirit is encouraging right now. Open yourself up to this sword of truth and knowledge about your journey, the connection, your twin, and most importantly, yourself. I'm going to read from the book, number 1, the Sun. Each morning, expression, vitality, identity. Each morning, the sun graces the night sky, summoning the dawn. Such is the energy of the Sun card. With its arrival is an activation and a presence of vitality, of new beginnings. It is said the sun is linked to the hero archetype and the yang dynamic in Chinese alchemy. Through the sun's radiance, we are inclined to see ourselves fully and establish a sense of who we are. We gain confidence and clearer vision. Right? That's what this is, confidence and clearer vision. In its light, we are assured that we too have an important role in the world. Associated with the masculine dynamics, the Sun card certainly carries a risk if not kept in check. Remember, the sun never actually sets. It's the earth that pivots away. Assess whether it's time for you to awaken more fully or turn away and rest. Sunburn humbles us all. So that's your reading, air signs. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, twins.